So welcome on board everyone to round 2 of the Sakir Grand Prix. Hope you enjoy the streaming with us today. We're going to jump on board for the first lap shortly with Mr. Not DayGM for his first time lap. Approaching the last sector now. Round turn 24 into 25 we go. Long banking turn into the final corner with the starter's lap into turn 27. The 3.8 mile circuit, 27 corners. Last DRS zone towards the start finish line, and off we go. On board, down towards turn 1 we go, hitting 100 and 200 mile an hour, braking 100 metres, down to second, turn 2, turn 3, onto the power nice and heavy, into third. Down towards turn 4 we go. Shifting down into third, fourth, up shifting through the gears, up to gear 6, holding it round 5 and 6. To the right hand turn of 5. Now we go into 10. Down towards turn 13 we go. Got the purple sector 132. Dead. Not bad. Round we go into the second sector. Right until turn 16 here. Out we go down the sweeping straight. Turn 19, 20, hardly turns, the straight line for an F1 car. Into the left hand turn approach to turn 22. Down to 5th gear, tuck it into the apex. Out we go. Turn 13, turn 24. And this is our final little bendy straight down towards the last corner of turn 27. So let's see which the benchmark is. Up towards the DRS line. And absolutely flat out, using all power he can. Time to beat the 130.5. Track Evolution will speed up the lap. We're going to head now towards the McLaren of Kiwi for his first time lap. So on board with Kiwi now, our last week pole sitter for the McLaren, down towards turn 1, second gear. Got the Aston Martin ahead, could be some traffic, but we'll see what happens. Beautiful lap by the Alpine, 128.6, it's a good lap. Last week pole sitter, round turn 7 in towards turn 8, now we go. Turn 9 into turn 10. Beautiful line, it just invalidated his lap unfortunately. Let's head down to Craig, who is on his outlap. Round the final corner we go. Down towards the start finish straight. Let's see how he gets on. Down towards turn 1 we go, powering full throttle. Just shy of 200 mile an hour, braking short 100 metres. He's gone deep into turn 1. Compromised his line out of turn 2 and he's abandoned his lap. Let's have a look at the Mercedes of Paul Grass. Still on that lap. So we'll scrap that. Now let's head back up to Schumacher. So Schumi's on a time lap here. Looking pretty promising. Sorry, that wasn't Schumi. Purple sector 1 for Schumi. He's looking very strong so far. Deep into turn 13 however. On the power nice and early, trying to make up for lost time in the corner. Round we go. Compromised line through there, and that'll be an invalidation for Schumacher. So full weight, last week's race winner. Going for a fastest lap, let's see what he can do in a qualifying session. Down to third, interesting approach of gears through there. Let's have a look on the outboard camera. Beautifully progressing through the gears. I don't think he's going to time lap here. No, he's not. He's backed off. He's backed off. It looks like he could be in low fuel by the looks of it. Let's jump on board with Schumacher, however. Towards the line we go. Schumacher stays 5th for the 134.8. So this will be his second time lap now. Down to third. Through turn 1, not bad. decent line. Struggled for traction on the exit. Remember, this is only Q1, so it's only the bottom 5 that go out. At the moment, we've still got both Hasses who were promising last week. They're currently sat P3 in the Constructors' Championship in the pits. But let's head on board with the lead Haas driver, who is Rambo. In fact, we'll watch it from his teammate's point of view. He's just sat in the action. So it's the Hasses. It looked like they could be working with tactics together, possibly. So first lap for the Haas team. Not sure where Rambo is. Rambo's dropped back a little bit, so on board with Satcher. Apologies for the delay. Okie dokie. Beautiful line through there. A little bit wide. Through turn 9. Down towards turn 13 we go. Not lining up the time screens, 132.2, slightly slower than Kiwi. It's good to see that we've got a new mix on the line here. We've got a Scooter Steve up there, so looks like he's a bit of a struggle through there, but we'll head on board with Rambo. No, Rambo's not fully sending it here. The Hasses look to be in trouble. So let's have a look on board with Craig actually. Let's go with Churchy on board. Down towards turn 1 we go. Down to 3rd gear. Yellow flag in sector 2. Beautiful line through there. Have a look on the outboard camera, so it's down to 4th. 90 miles per hour through that corner. Round into turn 6 and 7 complex we go. Round towards turn 8. Turn 10 here on the exit. 11 into 12 and then down towards turn 13 we go. Flat out 192 miles per hour. Down to 3rd by Church. That's an interesting choice of gear. Most people taking 4th or 5th. Down towards turn 16 we go. Awful line through there. Nearly clipped the inside wall. And down through the windy S's. Towards the turn 22 braking zone left-hander. Purple sector 2, however. Purple sector 2. Looking good so far for Churchy. Round into the DRS zone, down towards turn 27 we go. This could be a good lap to get him out of the bottom 5. Let's just see if he can make the final corner. We've seen Max Verstappen here last year struggle. Round the final corner, go down to 3rd gear. Accelerating out. Fast as he can. Rear wing opens up. We can see that on the off-board camera. And it's only P12, so it's cutting it close for Churchy, but he should be okay. So look on Chocolate Man. So down through sector 2 we go. We'll have to look at Craig on board. Craig is still P18. It's not looking amazing for him so far. Had a decent race last week, so it's surprising to see him down there. But we'll see. On board with Craig, down towards the line we go. Can he get out of that bottom 18? Yes, he can. That knocks both of the Aston Martin drivers and Schumacher towards the danger zone. So Schumi, I believe. Schumi's out. as Milan Masso sets a fastest lap of the session, a 1:28.4. It's a beautiful lap. So we're on the out lap with Rambo. We're going to watch him here. So it's surprising to see both Chocolate Man struggle, considering he came a quite impressive P10 last week, getting points. Starting from P13 in the grid, he made it up to P10. But Rambo's backing off here, just ready for his time lap. We've got Wiz Kara in the Ferrari, filling in for Piastic, who was just outside the points last week after a scrappy start. But on board with Rambo now. Let's go and have a look what he can do. So last week Rambo did not race, but we can see what he can do this week. He's a very fast driver. I've seen him throughout the week training. He's very strong. Particularly in the first sector. He normally makes it down towards turn 1 we go. Into third gear. Good to see. Nearly invalidates. Keeps on the track. Good exit. No loss of the rear end. Down towards turn 4. Down to 6th gear. Quite interesting choice, but he's keeping the traction. He's high gearing. Down towards turn 13 we go. Let's see what he can do in sector 1. The 1:31 is a good sector time. It's not the fastest, it's not right in purple sectors, but we are going good. It should be enough so far if he can continue this kind of pace to get out of the bottom 5. Let's see what he can do. So good through that turn 16 sector, down towards turn 22, the left-hander. Through turn 22 now, the right hand turn, long sweeping bend, braking 50 metres, down to 7th, interesting choice of gear again, keeping the traction, short of the RS zone down towards turn 27, hitting speed of 198 miles per hour, yellow flag into the final corner, got 2 slow moving cars, braking at 50 metres deep in, 4th gear again, so a high gear, keeping the traction. Down towards start finish 30. I expect Ramos to jump up the timing sheets here. And he does P3 as expected. Chocolate Man and the other Aston Martin are staying in the pits. We've only got 4 minutes left, they're cutting it close. Wiz Kara, the fill-in Ferrari driver, let's see what he can do. Good to see the Ferraris both going through, but not always as it starts. So last week the Ferraris weren't actually amazing off the line. Well, in qualifying. One of the Ferraris P14 and one P3, still decent. Milan Chinook, surprisingly, who he's now P1, qualified P5 last week in DNF, which is surprising. Scuba Steve, who's also P2 with a blister in that time, didn't finish last week. And qualified P19, surprisingly. Last week's driver of the day was Rob Mack as well. On board with Wiz, going through the sector here, nice and steady. He's just keeping in the track. I believe Wiz is a controller player. Down towards turn 13 we go. 2.2, it's not incredible that time, but should be enough if he can get out the bottom 5. So Craig feels in danger and he feels like he has to go for another lap. He got an out lap. Snowy Navarra, sorry. Interesting choice to go out again, considering setting P7 with a very impressive 1:30.0 lap time. Wiz down towards turn 22, braking 50 metres, a little bit late, down to 6, kept the other track nicely. Down to the final corner we go. So ahead here we have Schumacher. We're going to ride on board with, no we don't actually, Schumacher's going slow. We have his teammate Focus. Down towards the final corner we go with Wiz. Let's have a look. He's got rear wings wide open. Up to P10. Putting both of the Aston Martins in the bottom 2. Churchy struggling here for traction. Clearly thinks he needs to go again. Let's have a look what he can do. Down towards the final corner. Say, not a awful lap time. I need to gain about a second here, easy to get out of this bottom 5 comfortably. Down to 30 to go, onto the traction nice and early, getting the power down. See that rear wing wide open on the car, down towards start finish straight, and it's P13. It's not comfortable, but we'll see how he gets on. I'm going to jump on board with Focus now. He's heading down towards the final corner. So Craig on his out lap, he's about to start his lap here. We won't ride on board with him, he's P15, so he's currently sat through. Let's have a look at Focus, what he can do in his time lap here. Down towards the start finish straight, rear wing is wide open, and it's P14 still, so that knocks Craig down. So Craig's lap is now becoming important. So we'll head on board with Chocolate Man, who's not improved as much as he would like to. He's P17, he's currently out. So driver's currently trying to get to the line. Schumacher now going for his lap. Let's see what he can do to get out. Schumacher surprisingly down in this section. We're not expecting to see you here, considering last week well, he did actually go a kill, my apologies, but I'd expect to see a little bit higher from Schumacher. The standard of driving is normally a lot better. Down towards turn 13 we go. Let's see what we can do. Down to third gear, interestingly. Fox is ahead. Not making a flag here. Invalidated for Schumacher. Fortis is on a lap as well. Let's see what he can do. With Chocolate Man aborted his lap. That's a checkered flag now for Q1. Let's see which drivers make it. Currently we've got Fox, Schumacher, Portugal, Chocolate Man and Craig out. Schumacher into the final corner goes deep. He's invalidated his lap, unfortunately. Portugal circling around, trying to get a little step screen. No, he's out. Schumacher is out. Portugal on the off-board camera is out. So there we go, our bottom 5, our first exiters in Q1. Any standouts there? I don't think so. The Aston Martins both had a poor performance today. Both out last week as well. So looking here, we have Milan Masso through, and the drivers that are out. It's quite staggering to see. Is Fox gone rogue, who went out in P15 last week. Schumacher, who made it into P17 last week. Portugal, who didn't rate this last week. Chocolate Man, who started P13, and Craig, surprisingly, who started P9 and got P7 last week. Disappointing result to see from the AlphaTauri driver. So we've got a 15-minute session here in towards Q2 we go. First driver out is the Haas of Rambo. Let's have a look at his lap time, see what he can do. We are looking to get an interview here with the Haas driver, with the Aston Martin driver. So, Craig, we have Craig here, currently out in Q1, surprisingly, qualified P16. Craig, you qualified P9 last week. What's your thoughts on going out in Q1?
Well, I did not really have time to practice this week, so I came here a bit unprepared.
Yeah.
And of course, I had my hopes way higher than what I did. But it will, if I went faster on the lap, I would still eliminate my teammate. So there was no good choice over there. And since he's a way faster driver and he has way more experience, I hope that comes to the better and he can get in the Q3.
Yeah, most certainly. Well,
why I will try to make a job in the race.
We've seen in the previous races, so last year we had 3 semi-starts, we've seen multiple safety cars come out. Do you think there's a chance for you in the race if something interesting happens?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah, okay.
I really don't know what to say there.
Okay, well thank you for popping in, and we'll wish you good luck in the race.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. So, with us in the party we have Chocolate Man as well. Chocolate Man, are you with us?
Yep, I got you.
Hello, hello Mr. Chocolate Man. So, surprising exit for you and your fellow Alpine driver. Last week we got into Q2, qualified P13. Finished racing P10, we had a point finish. What's your thoughts on exiting Q1?
You know, I was really struggling in turn 1. Just couldn't get the grip down. You know, I tried to short shift as much as I could. Lost about 1 second through sector 1. Heading into sector 2, I felt good. I felt confident. But still, my rear end just wanted to come around, so I couldn't go flat out. You know, so yeah, I did what I could, you know, starting toward the back, but I'm going to do what I can in the race.
It's an interesting track. We've seen plenty of stuff happen in both real life and obviously in these tracks before in previous races. All the best in the race. Wish you good luck.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
We've had a very shocking result, a shock exit. Scuba Steve has exited the session for parking in a dangerous spot on track. Considering he started P19 last week and had a blistering time in Q1, it's disappointing to see. On board here with Epic Boy though, however, moving on. Qualified P7 last week. Let's see what he can do on his flying lap here. So down towards turn 4 we go. Down into 4th gear, 3rd gear. Shifting through the gears. Round turn 5, turn 6, in towards turn 7, fast right hand complex here. Down towards the DRS zone towards turn 13, just got to be careful not to validate on the exit turn 10. Down towards turn 13 we go. Round the hairpin, the bank turn, 22 degree bank through there. Down towards turn 16 we go, the sharp right hand turn. Let's see his line through here. Beautiful line down to 4th. Short shifted up to 5th, and now a long run down through the S's towards turn 22, the left hand high speed corner. Joining us shortly in a few minutes we have Schumacher, the shock exit in Q1. Bear with us for the moment while we're on this flying lap with the Mercedes driver. Down towards the DRS line we go, down towards turn 27, the final corner. And a blistering lap so far. Let's see where he can finish. Currently set at 129.2, should be comfortably through that lap time. Down towards last corner, down into 2nd, which is quite surprising to see that. A lot of drivers take 3rd or 4th. On the final run, looking towards the line, taking the shortest line, and he's brought his lap into the pits. With all that concluded, Schumacher, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Hello, sir. Shock exit both well, for yourself, considering your teammate went through. What's it like being a Red Bull, being down out in Q1?
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, obviously. I went out first time around with a little over 3 laps of fuel on. Kind of took it slow the first. And then I tried to go out again on as little fuel as possible on my last run, and I unfortunately got a corner cut, so what would have been a good lap to get me through to P2 didn't happen, but you know what, I'm okay to start in the back because I feel like the start is going to be quite hectic and tight, so yeah, I'm going to sit back and get a good view of everybody else.
Yeah, definitely. Is it disappointing to see your teammate go through by such a fine margin just ahead of you and you not to make it?
Yeah, absolutely, but you know what, I have full faith, and I think Red Bull is going to score some pretty decent points today, so yeah, let's just see what happens.
Last week, looking at you, your teammate qualified P6 and finished P9, and you started P17 and managed to get up to P13, just made advantage of the cars that didn't finish. Is something going on in qualifying? Are you more of a race-paced kind of driver?
Yeah, I'm never really too focused on qualifying. I really don't spend too much time.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Anyone in qualifying now you expect to see not make it through? Anyone you think might struggle?
Don't really know. I think Epic Boy is really strong always. The Haas look good. Depends what the Mercedes do, but Safety looks pretty good for now. But maybe I would say Comp Record and not BGM, they might or might not make it through. We'll see.
Okay, thank you very much. We've got 5 minutes left of this qualifying session on board with Snowy Nevada down towards turn 1. Let's see what he can do in his first flying lap. Down towards turn 1 we go into third gear, into second. Down towards turn 4, accelerating through the gears. We'll stick on the telemetry live for you there so you can see just what speed he's doing. We'll hide the scoreboard for now, so you can get a look. And he's gone wide there, which will compromise his lap time hugely. Disappointing to see there. And that's an invalidation. So with 3 minutes to go here, I'm going to hop on board with Churchy, who's on a flying lap. Going through the last sector here, hoping DRS to see the rear wing not opening up. I don't know why, he's only half throttle here, so it looks like he's aborting his lap. Quite surprisingly. The fast approaching Milan behind. Let's see what he can do, Milan. He's currently in P12, he's not in a good spot, he's invalidated his last lap, but let's see what he can do on this lap. Oh, he's boxing. We'll have a look on Churchy then. Down towards the start finish straight we go. 198 miles per hour we hit down here, braking about 100 metres down towards turn 1, third gear. Got to try and get the best exit you can through here towards sector 1. Down towards turn 4. cycling through the gears, 170 mile an hour, braking into 4th gear. Through the right hand corner, complex of turns 6 and 7, fast right hander into turn 8. And he's invalidated his lap there, disappointing by Churchy, that could cost him with 2.5 minutes to go. Let's hope he's got plenty of fuel on board to go for a next lap. Gonna hop on board with the Haas of Rambo, heading down towards turn 27, currently setting P8 at 130.3. Can he improve to make himself comfortably through into Q3? Round the final corner we go. Accelerating down, we see the rear wing there open on the off-board camera. Careful not to cross the pit entry line, and he goes fastest with a 128.4. Beautiful lap by Rambo, but still not the fastest lap of the day. We were at a 128.3 by Kiwi, which is the fastest lap of the day. We're going to hop on board with Snowy Nevada here as he rounds turn 13, runs towards the final sector for his timed lap. Try and see if we can break out of Q2. So now we're going to jump on board with Focus as he rounds the final corner. He's got a timed lap here, I believe. He's currently setting P10 with not so much of a comfortable margin to the cars behind, considering P14, 13 and 12 having set a lap time. Focus only goes up to P9 with a small margin. He's not going to continue a lap here. So let's jump on board with Churchy, who's really struggling for pace out there today. Let's have a look down into second gear. Terrible line through there. Terrible line by Churchy. Last week, Churchy came P4, surprisingly. Qualified P11, so he did make it. He did make it through Q1, but not Q2, unfortunately. As we go around here, let's have a look what he can do. So if he's careful not to invalidate there on the exit onto turn 11. Down towards turn 13 we go. Climbing through the gears. 4th gear, nice and fast. Took it through there. 22-degree bank we have through that corner. Beautiful bank, one of 3 bank corners in the F1 calendar. Down into turn 16 we go, down through the S's, down towards turn 22 left hand corner. Let's see what he can do here. Up to 8th gear, we're climbing through the gears. Fast as a bullet through there. That Williams looking very strong this season. Careful not to invalidate on the exit there. Going careful through sector 2. He had a beautiful lap together here. Definitely pulled it together towards the end of the session. Down towards turn 27 we go. Using all of his energy as he can. Round the final corner we go into 3rd gear, and back onto the onboard camera we go. Look at that rear wing now. See the rear wing not opened up a little bit late. Can he get out? Into P9 he goes with a session finishing. We've only got Milan and Snowy Nevada left on a lap. Snowy Nevada round the final corner. Down towards the line we go. Accelerating through the gears. The rear wing now pop open on the car. Can both Williams make it out, or will he knock his teammate out into Q3? And he knocks his teammate down, out, and Churchy Brighton is out for the second time, qualifying P11. Can Milan anything better? He's got a purple sector 2. Careful not to validate through there. He's very, very close to the track limits. Here the DRS. We go on the off-board camera now. So the rear wing wide open down towards turn 27. That car engine is screaming. Braking 100 metres down into 4th gear, 3rd gear. Now onto the throttle nice and early. Down towards the start-finish straight. You see that rear wing pop open. Can he out-qualify his teammate? I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Yes, he can. P1 for Milan. Beautiful race. So as we approach third qualifying session now, Q3, let's see what we can get done. So we start our Q3 session now. We've got Churchy joining us. Churchy, you with us?
Yeah, everybody.
Hello, mate. What's it like being knocked out by your teammate? Yeah, last week you qualified P11, starting P12 this week. We got up. You're quite optimistic for the race. Difficult circuit we've seen last year. We have 3 standing starts and 2 safety cars. Do you think there's still a chance for you out there? Are you rooting for your teammate out there now, or are you going to be a bit bitter that he's knocked you out? Yeah, and it is good to see the Williams looking very strong out there today. I'm looking to see you go out in Q2, but let's hope you some good luck in the race. Thank you for joining us. So we're on board here now. We're going to go through turn 22-23 complex down towards the final corner on board with Snowy Nevada. Let's see what he can do here. So the time to beat is still not set. Let's have a look. So Snowy Nevada will be our first car to cross the line. Rear wing open, down towards the line. And off we go on board with Snowy Nevada, down towards turn 1, down towards second gear we go. Good line through there, careful on the exit. We've seen Max Verstappen clip his rear wing there last year. Down towards turn 4 we go, fast as we can see. Through turn 6 and 7 here, high speed corners, using a lot of downforce, loading up them soft tyres. Come very wide there, could be an invalidation. Down towards the DRS zone before turn 13. See what he can do. Hard banking corner, down towards 4th gear, trucking it into the corner, very aggressive on the front tyres. You can see the starting to fade away. Gear we go. Good exit through there, just a blip of the throttle lifted, just to avoid any loss of traction. It's not an amazing lap so far, but we'll see where it can put him. Down towards turn 22, left-hander, braking 50 metres, chuck it in, down to 5th gear. A little bit wide through there, didn't quite hug the inside wall, but still room for improvement. Open the DRS down towards turn 27. Our provisional pole time is a 1:28.8 set by Kiwi, last week's pole sitter. Can he hold that lap time? No, pull weight. It was our last week's winner, 1:28.4. Snowy Nevada on board with him, knocked out his teammate in Q2. Goes P3 at a 1:29.9. Plenty of time to gain there if he wants to get any higher. Disappointing lap time. Jump on board now with the Alpine driver of Corps, Milan Masio. Again with a beautiful lap time of a 1:28.3. Still nowhere near the times we've seen in Q2 and Q1 though. So we've got plenty of time to see. Provisional pole is a 1:28.3 however. Down towards turn 27 we go on board with Corpse. Not been too surprising so far in qualifying. Been lucky to get through where it is. He's a horrible downshift there in second gear. Lost him a lot of time in that final corner. And it isn't going to be the lap time he's after. See what he can get. Say 1:30.4. It's a horrible lap time by Corpse. Let's jump on board with the Haas boys. He's coming through the last sector now on his out lap. See what we can do. In the meantime, we'll jump on board with. Actually, no, we won't. We'll head back towards the half driver. See where he can finish. Once again, if you're joining us recently, we've got 6.5 minutes to go here in this qualifying session. We've got a provisional pole of the Alfa Romeo driver. On board with the Haas driver, Sacher, been very strong this week in practice sessions. I've seen him. Been practicing a lot for this track. He's going very slow through turn 2 there. On the exit down towards turn 4, building up through the gears. Claims to be the fastest driver in the world around Saudi Arabia. Let's see if he can prove it. Very wide through turn 5 there. Not the last time he'd be looking for through sector 1. On a medium tyre as well, surprisingly. I'm not actually sure why he's done that, because the race start goes off your sector, or your Q2 tyres, not your Q1 or Q3. So, still purple through to sector 1 though. So he's looking strong on the mediums, strange enough. He has told me he favours the mediums on his track though. He says the softs aren't what they claim to be. Through turn 16 we go. Through the S's down towards turn 22 now. Building up the speed. Hit the wall there. That's quite a large impact. That could be some front wing damage. That could destroy his lap time here. Let's see if he can continue here though and get this purple lap time that we're looking at for. Wide through there. I'm surprised it's not an invalidation. And he's gone all over the place there in the exit. Rear wing's open still. He's still foot to the floor. Let's see what he can do. Down towards the turn 27 final corner. Braking early. Third gear early in the exit. Cannot do Max Verstappen. We saw him crash out in qualifying after a blister in sector 1 and sector 2, and he's pit. He's aborted his lap. That's a horrible lap by Sacher and invalidated at the final sector. Let's see if we can make up for that in Q3. So we've gone board with Kiwi here, who's invalidated again. That's not good to see. Let's hop on board with his teammate, however, who is still setting a decent lap time through Q1. Never mind, he's on his out lap. Let's ignore that. We're head on board with Rob Mack, who is currently setting a lap time. In third gear, let's hopefully Haas doesn't block him in front. Down towards turn 4 we go. Love to see Rob Mack up there in the top 5. He's had a disappointing session so far. Qualified P16 last week, my apologies. And is currently finding himself in Q3 at Saudi Arabia, which is rated as the hardest track in Formula 1 history. Well, let's see what he can do. He's currently down into fourth gear here through turn 13, climbing up through the gears. Drivers are on throttle for 80% of this lap. It's the second fastest track on the Formula 1 calendar behind only Monza. Let's see what he can do. Down towards turn 22 through the S's. Purple sector 2, beautiful lap so far. Can Rob steal the provisional pole from Milan? It would be brilliant to see an AlphaTauri on top. Did a beautiful job currently in this lap, keeping it nice and tidy in towards the final corner. Rear wing wide open. Tucking it in nice and early. Down in third gear, a little wide from the apex. He's hit the wall there. That could cost him time. It's not going to be the purple sector 3 that we're looking for. Where is it? It's P6. That last sector's just cost him. I'll hop on board with the Haas now though, on his out lap and heading down towards his second time lap. Down towards turn 1 we go. Breaking at 100 metres, took it in the corner, turn 1 into third gear. Exit from turn 2 is crucial into turn 3 for this beautiful exit. Down towards turn 4, it's a good start so far. Breaking 50 metres down into fourth gear, chucking it through into the apex, hugging the inside wall, and again hugging the inside left into 7th gear, holding it. Beautiful line. Careful, he's invalidated again. It's going to cost him. That could be his last lap if he can make it round again. We'll hop on board with the McLaren of Kiwi. He's got a fast lap here. See what he can do. P2. Still a 10th off pole to Milan. Currently our pole sitter. He was out of this session, so his lap time is still standing. Let's jump on board with Epic Boy. He's currently 5 tenths up in his last lap. It's a good lap time, but he's invalidated. Let's jump on board with Sacher, the other Haas driver. Let's see what he can do down into turn 1. Breaking it down to 80 metres. Took it in third gear, down to second, gets rotation. Bit wide there, bit squiggly through the exit, not ideal. Down towards turn 4 we go. Around the turn 5 and 6 complex, not an awful line. Welcome to all our new followers. Make sure everyone likes and subscribes as well. It does help the channel, especially the league as well. We are still a new league, really round 2 of our series. We are keeping it online with a real life race calendar, and we're going to have races every weekend where there's a Formula 1 race after the race. So feel free to follow, like and subscribe to keep updated as Fullway breaks the pole by 1/10. So we have got a provisional pole of Fullway with a 128.2. Can the Haas of Thatcher beat that provisional pole? We've got a Ferrari on pole. What can the Haas boys do down into turn 22? Chucking it through the corner, wide through that exit, very awful through there. Down in towards turn 27. It's not looking amazing so far. We've got 1 minute to go in this qualifying session. Can anyone snatch pole away from Fullway? We'll see. The final corner to go with Thatcher. Wide through there. It's compromised him hugely. That's not a nice lap. Can he beat his own time? No, he cannot. He's P10. That shall be it for Thatcher, I believe. Unless he can get... Well, he's got one more chance here, but let's see what he can do. This could be it so far. Jump aboard with the McLaren as he goes down towards turn 27. What can he do here? Rounds the final corner, goes, chucks into the apex. The second gear, very aggressive. Down towards the final sector. We see the rear wing wide open on the McLaren. And he's not improved. It's P8. He's still got time to go for another lap, though. He's chucking it around the corner here. Rambo. I knew it has to be on top. I was 8.1. We've got a new pole sitter from my boy with Snowy Nevada as he rounds towards the final corner. This is where the business end of the qualifying session comes now. We have got the checkered flag out. The checkered flag is out now. Can Fullway snatch back pole? No, he cannot. He's aborted his lap and he's boxed. Let's have a look for the Williams here. He's in, he goes P6. We've got 2 more drivers on fast laps. We've got Rambo's teammate is invalidated and the McLaren is invalidated. So that is pole position. Pole position for Rambo. Should be very happy with that. He's practiced a lot this week. Pole position. Pole position. Well done, Rambo. So with our Q3 session now finally over, let's wait for Rambo to come round in towards the pits. It's a very, very strong qualifying session from the very nice driver there as he comes into the pits as our pole sitter. Well done, Rambo. So no real surprises. Kiwi down into P4 because he was our pole sitter last week. We've had our race winner last week, Fullway, currently sat in P2. And Thatcher, our final podium finisher last week in P3, down in P10. So McLaren boys, who are leading the Constructors' Championship currently, are sat in P4 and P9. Can they bring some good points? Keep that lead in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari, who are currently sat P2, are second in the Constructors and second in the session here. So can they do anything special? And the Haas boys, very strong qualifying session overall. Let's see if we can get a word from our pole sitter. The Italian driver's done an awesome job out there today. As we head towards the race, what can he do? So here we have with us the pole sitter. Rambo, you with us? Looks like all that practice paid off this week. How are you feeling? Yeah, it's good to see. You didn't race last week, did you? But very strong session, a 128.1. Come out of nowhere really, like to be struggling throughout most of the session, and then out of nowhere you come out with that. I was on board with you for your first flying lap and seeing you invalidate and hit the wall, so very good to see you pull it back there as we head into the race. I wish you good luck. Have a good race. I'm board here with the drivers. Got this formation lap now as the drivers form up. So welcome on board to round 2 of this race. We've got the track that was first raced in 2021. The winner was Lewis Hamilton. It's one of 3 night races in the 2022 calendar, including Bahrain and Abu Dhabi. Fastest lap last year was a 1:30.7 by Lewis Hamilton. We've got a key moments last year. We had 5 cars retire. Lewis Hamilton versus Verstappen crashed on lap 42. It was a big moment in the championship. We've got a 25 lap race ahead of us on this 3.83 mile circuit. 112 days since the last race. The tyre strategies today, we've got a 2-stop expected, for the soft tyre being a C2, medium being C3 and hard being C4. We've got a 230 metre run from pole down towards turn 1. The drivers into sector 2. We've got the most corners of any track on the F1 corner, 27 corners. The 3 standing starts last year. Overtaking zone to watch out for are down into turn 1 and turn 27, the final corner of the track. It's 19 seconds per pit stop. So that could come into play if the driver's going to go for a 2-stop strategy. Well, let's see what we can do. Last race we had the winner of Full Way. Yeah, we did. Yeah, Full Way was the winner last week. So let's see what he can do from P2. Let's see if he can be aggressive down in towards turn 1. As the drivers form up now, take a bit of tyre warming. As the grid's gone a bit skew with, kind of lost the order here. Let's see what they can do as they form up. Corner to watch is definitely turn 22 and 23 though, as yesterday we saw in the practice session. We see Mick Schumacher have an awful crash there. Good to see Mickey's safe. As you see down the predicted strategy, we're either going to go soft medium or soft hard. We're expecting pits around lap 9 towards lap 13. But as the cars reform on the grid now, let's see what they can do. As the final cars start to form up on the grid. There we go. And we get the green flag as the grid starts to form up. So we are green, green, green. Let's see what we can do. The grid forms up now, as we see. It's lights out and away we go. Down towards turn 1 we go as we go on board with Rambo. It's a very strong start. As we look to his inside, he got Full Way. Car's got a nice sharp through there, and Full Way round the outside, and he's got the win. A lot of cars dropping back there though. Looks to be a crash to start finish straight, or some kind of crash down towards back corner. As we ride on board with Rambo, beautiful start through there, and he's chasing after Full Way as fast as he can. He got 2 wide behind there with the Rob. Let's look on board from Kiwi. He's got a bad start. He's dropped down 2 places. Got a bit of position behind. Got the Aston Martins climbing up 2 places each, respectively. That's a very strong start by them. Let's have a look from the big gainers from the laps so far. So as we look on board in lap 1, we've got a lot of gaps starting up. We've got big gainers. We've got Rob Mack climbing 3 places from P7 to P4. He's compromised a lot there. We've got Craig climbing 7 places, staggering 7 places. And Foxconn Road climbing from P20 all the way up to P7. We've got Corpse down in P20. Does Corpse have damage? He's dropped behind the field by a lot. Does he have front wing damage? His front wing looks okay from the outboard camera. And he's got Focus with a time penalty. Let's have a look what penalty that is. Focus has a drive-through penalty. Drive-through penalty. That would be a big, big hurt for the Red Bull driver there. Look on board with the tyres. The leader Full Way is on a medium tyre. It's very, very good. for him in the position that he's currently in. We've had a crash up ahead, I believe. Yes, Epic Boy is out of the race. Let's have a look. Oh, he's in the wall. And that should be a safety car. Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. All cars to reduce their speed by 40%. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars into the pits. Cars are going to travel 40% slower under this virtual safety car condition. What can they do? As Fullway is our leader. Fullway is the leader. So we've got Rambo, our pole sitter, dropped into the pits here. He's onto the medium tyres. He was not a fan of the softs. He's told me that this week. And we've got a full course safety car. Full course safety car. This should shake it for the title challenges here. We've got a 5-second time penalty for Rambo, 5-second time penalty for Milan, and a drive through for Focus. This is not what we want to see at the start of the grid. A lot of big losers out there today. We've had we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars stopped already, which is quite surprising to see considering it's only that 2. Them tyres can't be that worn. Predicted strategy has now flipped. We're expecting a medium soft or a medium hard from the medium runners now. And medium tyres will not last the 23 laps remaining. The pit stops under a virtual safety car or a full course safety car are around 14 seconds. That's 5 seconds faster than a normal pit stop. That's obviously why a lot of the drivers started into the pits now. They've got fresh rubber. Obviously the tyres that they've used this year have been used in the Q2 session. They come from the fastest tyre and the fastest lap you set in Q2, and they are used in the race. Obviously this year's calendar, that rule does not apply anymore in the full real life Formula 1. Obviously this year's Formula 1 game is a little bit behind. So we've got a lot of gainers here. So the top 9 have all gained over a lot of positions each. That's a lot of positions, and the bottom 10 losing out massively. So we've got Churchy and Craig. We've got 3 cars boxing now. Got a 5-second time penalty for Churchy. That is not good to see. That's not what we want to see. Big gainers though, Chocolate Man and Fox Gone Rogue climbing 15 positions, currently starting P5. A beautiful, beautiful start by Fox Gone Rogue here. As we've got a Ferrari 1-2 forming up now onto the grid, which is beautiful to see. Wiz Kara doing a beautiful job filling in for the absent Piastek. It's quite surprising to see both the Ferraris up here so early into the race, but let's see what they can do. Can they hold on to this lead? We'll see when the safety car restart. Three laps of safety car, 3 laps. But Rob Mack losing big position of Focus, not helping himself out there with the drive-through penalty from the start. Safety car's still out. We've got a lot of cars pitting still. Let's have a look who's boxed so far. We've got both of the back 2 runners with 2 stops, and Focus is really struggling to get rid of that drive-through penalty. Someone needs to let him know that he cannot serve that under a safety car. As Rob Mack is definitely lost out here. Into lap 4, we've had currently half a lap of actual racing under the normal race conditions. We've got full weight and his teammates still climbing out here. Foxconn Rose lost the position to Rambo, surprisingly, under the virtual safety car. I'm not sure what's happened there. But the car's around turn 13. Let's see what they can do here. So, yeah, so last week's race winner, we've got a Kiwi who's dialed down into P16. That's not nice to see. Craig is struggling. And Portugal Ace. He's dropped all the way down to P17. I'm not sure how that's happened. He was in P4. So something's gone wrong there and it's massively cost him. Churchy has been given a 5-second penalty for a collision with Rambo. That is not good to see. We do not want to see that in our races. And Rambo is somehow managing to climb all the way up the grid and he's in P1. What is going on here? Oh, Full Way's out of the race. Full Way is out of the race. What has gone on here? Full Way, our last week's race winner, is out. He is out of this race. That is not what we like to see here. Awful crash under the safety car. As the safety car comes in this lap, no mercy by the FIA. Rambo, I'm surprised he's not got a penalty here. Oh, and there we go. He does now have a penalty. 5-second penalty for a collision. What has gone on there, I do not know. As we come round the final corner, our pacemaker is Rambo. As we switch onto the down the pit straight camera. Warms his tyres. Holding, and now he's green. It's an awful start by Rambo. He's gone at the worst possible time. As Wiz, the fill-in Ferrari driver, is now leading this race. What a change of events. We've got focus on a drive-through penalty and a lot of guys on penalties here. So a lot of messing up behind. There's a lot of scraps. Satcher not benefiting here. We've got, what was this, a virtual safety car? Yellow flags in all sectors of the race. I'm not sure if this is a safety car or a virtual safety car. I'm not sure what's going on here. We've got Rambo now back out in the lead. I am not sure what's just happened there, but we've got green flags all on the track now. Back to full racing conditions. Let's look at a battle for 4th and 5th here between Scuba Steve and Craig. Craig coming out on top this time. Scuba Steve has not kept his foot in there. As we've got Milan pushing hard to take Scuba Steve's position. Now towards turn 22 we go. Round the outside. Oh, he's had a big crash. And that's a car out. Is he out or has he stayed in? He's stayed in, but he's lost his front wing. That's an awful crash. It's an awful crash. And we've got a full course safety car. A second safety car of the evening already. Wow. 5 laps in, we've got 2 safety cars. Would you write it? No, you couldn't. Rambo rounds the final corner. Another drive-through penalty. Portugal Ace. His race is getting worse and worse. Rambo's not pitted for his 5-second time penalty. He's continued on. Let's see who dives into the pits. I expect to see Milan in that pit 100%. Scuba Steve boxes. Chocolate Man boxes. A lot of cars box here. We've got a Chocolate Man in, we've got Milan in, we've got Snowy Nevada in, Schumacher, Rob Merck, not DGM, Foxconn Road, and I imagine Portugal with the driver should be coming in as well. So we've currently got 2 drivers out this race, and our last race winner, Full Way, which is very disappointing to see, is out of the race. This is not what we want to see early in the race. So our current championship leader, who is the, I believe, the Full Way here, our championship leader is out of this race, and Schumacher's out as well. How is Schumacher out? He's crashed under the safety car. What has gone on there? As Rambo is down into P18, I don't think that's quite right, because he was leading the race a moment ago. Yes, he struggled there with some internet issues, Rambo, I believe. That's very disappointing to see. So looking at our previous race results, we've got Full Way out of the race, who was our championship leader. So that is breaking news. The championship leader is out. Kiwi, our second place championship driver, is currently in P8. Got Satcher, who's our P3 championship runner, and P6. Churchy, he's P3. He's not doing too bad. Our other McLaren driver P7, put on McLaren 7 and 8. It's good points for them. DGM down in P16. That's not nice to see. Definitely good for him. And Rambo is boxing now. He's got a 10-second time penalty. A 10-second time penalty. That is not good for him. He's definitely struggling with internet issues here. I have definitely come to terms with that. Let's hope that no more crashes under the safety car here. Something's gone on with Rambo. He should be in the pit box and he's now on the start stage straight. So struggling with some internet issues there, definitely. We're going to ride on board with Churchy now and see what he can do on towards the safety car restart. We've got Rob Mack, who's in P10. Focus, he's climbing up the ranks. He's P11. Not doing terrible considering his poor start. Looking at position changes there, so we've got P1 and P2 have gained 10 places respectively. Very good to see. Chocolate Man, he's currently came P10 last race. He's currently sat in P9. 8 place improvement from his qualifying session, so that's definitely better than it looks. And let's see what people can do here. But big shock. Epic Boy is out. He is an incredibly fast driver. He's out for 2 races in a row now. Full way, our last race winner is out. Schumacher is out for the 2nd race running. Let's see if we can get Schumacher to come for a chat with us here. It's not good to see at all. We do not like to see that from our drivers. As we approach lap 8 now, Detrian back in with us. We've not got a lot of racing done so far. We've had a lot of position changes, surprisingly, given all circumstances. We've had 3 cars crash out under the safety car, which is absolutely staggering to see. I don't know how that's happened. As we are reforming the grid now, we've got this is the final lap before we head into the safety car restart. As joining us now is Schumacher. Schumacher, what went on there under the safety car and you spat out and hit the wall? Not amazing to see. Poor qualifying session. We're looking optimistic going into this race, but it's not paid out for you and you're out in the first 8 laps. How does it feel? Does it not feel good? Yeah, well, you're out at this point now, so unfortunately 3 drivers out as well under the safety car. All 3 very strangely span out and hit the wall under the safety car. But we're heading in towards safety car restart now, so thank you for joining us, Schumacher, as we head in towards the safety car restart. Hope you tune in to watch the rest of the race. We'll be on board with Corpse now as we head in. That's a collision under the safety car, on the safety car conditions. I don't know how he's managed that. as we round the final corner. Wiz has gone nice and early for a good start on Churchy. Churchy was not ready for that start, as Wiz has backed him up. Now he's gone again. That's a very good restart, and it's capitalised a lot of cars behind. As into the pits comes Kiwi. That's not good to see. Oh my god, that's a 3-car lunge by Sartre. That is a dangerous move, and he's hit the wall. He's lost his front wing as a result of it. That is karma if I've ever seen it. Rocketman struggling for pace here. Round into turn 4 we go. As we head into lap 10 here, this race, we've got a lot of mixing around here. We've got Kiwi struggling in the field, overtaken and being re-overtaken by Focus, who's trying to get the LS. Thatcher is extremely dangerous in fact now, and he's costing a lot of. Leading the race with the fastest lap of the race so far, well, not anymore, is Wiz Kerr. He's still leading the race though. It's not the fastest lap, as you see a little switcheroo around. As into the wall goes McLaren driver with his front wing. Very disappointing to see him in a very strong race there, like dropping down out of the points. As we see Craig coming to the pits again. That's just going down start finish straight. Pennington, yeah. Alphatari in the pits. Let's see. No, he can't. He's getting bad for worse here. As Rambo looks to unlock himself. By the looks of things, it's just P17. So he's good at that position. What the hell is going on with a 3-star crash? That's all the cars that have been hit and hurt there by terrible crash there. A lot of cars out for that. A lot of cars lost the front wings. And we see the race leader now into the pits. Early on, we see another car out, I believe. Focus. No. See Snowy Nevada is now out of the race as well. Caused by a collision with cars back there. We've got a lot of movement around. The car's pit now on lap 12. Under the safety car. Actually gone rogue. Still on his original lap size, I believe. He's on. No, he's boxed once. There's 5 lap old soft tyres. We've got Wiz behind on fresh mediums. Wiz is in a very good shot for this race lead here and the race win here. Done a very good job. Kiwi's brought it back quite strongly now. The tyres are 2 laps old. And 3 stops so far, so this race was only meant to be 2 or 3 stop race, and now we're already on 3-4 stops for some cars. Cars that are high up there, we can see the ones that have generally got less stops so far in the race. As you ride on board with the Aston Martin behind me, Aston Martin safety car looking very nice and dapper this year. Let's look at some footage. Let's have a look. So on board, we've still got another lap under the safety car conditions. I'm going to go and take a drink break. Still got one more lap under the safety car here. Safety car is not in yet, so still taking the way. Oh my god, there's another car out. Under safety car, Rob Mack is out. Caused by a collision with Wiz. Safety car's in this lap, safety car is in this lap, let's see what the drivers can do. He'll be on board with Wiz here as he accelerates down towards the start finish straight. It's not really a lot soft. So looking at tyres here to the leaders and 7.5 old soft tyres. The P2 driver who was our race leader is on 1.5 tyres. Let's see what they can do. Going for a Max Verstappen-esque start. On towards turn 1 we go. That's very aggressive by Fox gone rogue, and it's cost him, he's lost the lead of the race. We've got a car out, we've got Satcher out. I'm not sure what's happened there, but we've got a chocolate man without a front wing, and that's a big crash, that's a big crash, that's a big crash. We've got Rambo, who is meant to be out, he's still in the race, is now definitely out. A lot of cars lost the front wings there, so the McLaren driver losing out massively. He's lost the front wing here, as you can see from the very slow moving vehicle on track. We've got Churchy going for a move here. Got a lot of cars piling up in towards turn 13. It's good to see some good racing, but a lot of collisions. But this is poor here. This is very poor from Churchy and Kiwi. Shouldn't be collision through that sector. As Kiwi goes for a move on Churchy. Churchy is just not going to give him any space here. Now towards turn 22 we go through the S's. There's no point in pushing through this sector, it's not really an overtaking zone. As there's a collision, Kiwi rear ends Greg. As we're up behind now, we've had a big crash. Kiwi's rear end of the car. And now Focus has lost the wing and he's collided with Cork. There's a lot of collisions here. Right, that's not on. Focus has really just cut off 2 drivers there and ruined DGM's race as well. VSC is out. Cars will reduce their speed by 40%. VSC is out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars all peeling to the pits. As comfortably out in the lead, we have Wiz, who still hasn't claimed any penalties. And he's got a 9-second advantage out top. That is a beautiful advantage to see. Scuba Steve, who had a bit of trouble in qualifying, stopping out on track, is now doing a beautiful job up to P4 and P5 for the Alpine respectively. Similar to Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso's run today, until they, well, Ocon finished P6 in a real life race and Alonso did not finish, unfortunately. Looking board with not DGM, he's now got a fresh front wing. Looking sharper than ever. Churchy's going to come out of the pits now and try and reclaim. Chocolate Man, who was in a good position, now on the hard tyres. We very struggled to warm them up under the VSC. But we are green now, we are green. We've got the Mercedes and the Alpha fighting here. Mercedes has lost out big time. Looks to be like a traction issue. We're now going forward to the battle with the 2 Alpines. Head on to the first Alpine as he chases down P3. As Foxconn Rogue goes a little bit deep into that corner. Now under threat from the Alpine closing in fast. As side by side we go. Very dangerous as Scuba Steve going to swipe across the track there. Foxconn Rogue is moving the braking a little bit. Very good line through there. As DRS is now enabled by race control. That will benefit the 2 Alpines as they chase down the Alfa Romeo. Corpse brackets now fastest car on track as his teammate nearly clips his rear front wing on the rear axle of the Alpine there. That's a very scruffy line through there by Foxconn Rogue, and it's cost the 2 Alpines. I believe they both might now have front wing damage from that one collision. As Corpse Brackett's now chasing down Foxconn Rogue is very, very slow for this sector. I wouldn't be surprised if he's lost the front wing gear the way he's driving. As behind, receiving a save driver being overtaken by Focus, who's making a comeback as he shoots back on board with Corpse on Rogue. Heading down towards turn 13. It's not usually an overtaking zone, but see what he can do here on board with the driver. And he's got the move pulled off. He's into the braking zone, and round where do we go? Let's look back through the battle. We've got Porter to Ace, chasing down Focus, but it doesn't seem to be working off for him here, and we've got Churchy chasing down the McLaren. Let's see what Churchy can do here on board. Let's see if we can battle for points. This is the battle for P10. If you just tune in with us now, this is our third safety car of the evening, third safety car restart. Had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers out of the race so far. We've got 12 runners remaining. It's not going amazing. And we've got a fill-in driver, a reserve driver, Whisker, leading the race. He's driving an awesome job out there as he takes the fastest part of the race. Moved by the Mercedes, McLaren driver, sorry, on the Mercedes car. Through the S's of 1022, down towards 1022 we go. Heavy braking. Very, very good move. Pulled off beautifully. I think comes to the pits, Foxconn Road and Scuba Steve. As he gets a 5 penalty. So I think it's penalty for that. Kiwi, our pole sitter from last week, is now fastest. Looking back, we've got a lot of movement now. Oh, we've got a car round. Gosh is out with turn 1. Looks to be a collision. He's lost the front wing gear as well. Things have gone from bad to worse for the Mercedes driver, who's just hit the wall and lost the half of his front wing now as well. Bad to worse, as you see the Aston Martin driver of Chocolate Man up into the points for the goodness how many times today. McLaren have managed to save the race, so it's Focus after that collision with I'm not sure what, I believe it's Churchy. The collision with Churchy, lost his front wing. He's now saved it back up to P5. He's getting some good points in today's race as the race leader. Has got a 10-second lead still. As you see, a move around up front as Craig is overtaken by Court Beckett's, one of the fastest cars on track today. Let's have a look at the fast lap times of today though, however. So fast lap, we've got Kiwi on a 131.3. Close behind, no one really is in a other zone here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see Kiwi closing onto Greg. So let's look at the interval timings here. So we've got close battles. We've got Portograph close to the not DGM, well he was close because he's lost his most of his front wing here. We've got Chocolate Man closing in on his teammate. That'll be interesting to see what goes on now. There's any team orders coming in. We've got the McLaren chasing down Focus. Two very, very strong drivers here today. Displaying some excellent skill. Excellent skill on board today. Chasing down Focus. There's a lot of skid marks there in turn 4. He chases down Focus there for turn 5, turn 6 complex. He's got way more speed. I wouldn't expect to Focus has lost the front wing here. Look at the speed. As he goes defensive in towards turn 13 and blitzing past is the McLaren with the DRS wide open. It's a beautiful move. I'll stay on board with Focus as he tries to take back the McLaren. Hits the wall in the exit. His hard tyres are no match for the soft McLaren. Interestingly, we've got Chocolate Man closing in his teammates. The DRS is massively helping there. DRS is hugely helping us behind. We've got DGM. This could be a beautiful battle fighting out for P9 here. We've got 3 cars now in the mix. Battling out P9. We see Court Beckett's in P2 now. Closing down the leader. I thought it was second at last, which is very struggling to see. As we look at the off-board camera here, if we go side by side. Cannot DGM pull it off. It looks like he's going to have to concede the move here. Chocolate Man is on the outside, and he does concede the move. Beautiful move by the Alfa Romeo driver. Massively compromised Chocolate Man here though into the next sector. He got DRS and DGM does not. Could we see a move here from Chocolate Man in towards the final course 1027? I doubt it, but we could see a move down onto turn 1 start finish there as Craig boxes for the Let's Have a Laugh How many times today has he boxed? 4 times. The 4th time today he's comes out with some fresh soft tyres the last 5 laps of this race. This looks like a comfortable win so far for Whitaker, but as we got caught closing in by about a second a lap. Is that enough for him to claim that P1? I doubt it. If something happens, let's have a look at not DJing as he closing off Fox gone rogue. Down turn 4 we go. Kiwi gets the time penalty. Looking at penalties here, this could be a big factor in the race. We've got not DGM here closing off Fox gone rogue. Fox gone rogue ahead's got 5-second time penalty. That should stand in the race for him. Oh, that's very dirty, and that's a car out of the race. Fox gone rogue is out, and I'm not surprised. It's another car out of the race, and that is a full course safety car. Full course safety car, our 3rd one of the day. Okay, we've lost the position in the lead. What's going on? There's a bit of switching around. So, Wiz, who was leading the race very comfortably, I believe has picked some new tyres. Yes, he has. So, Wiz is got 2 laps to go after this. It'll be a repeat of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We're going to have 2 racing laps at the end of the race. Who can come out on top in this absolutely staggering race where we've lost 9 out of the 20 runners? Car is still out for 2 more laps now, 2 more laps as the field just starts to reform. It's not what we want to see though, it's really not what we want to see. Somehow this Haas car that should not be in the race, it's still sat in P5, I'm not sure what's going on here. Seems to be a bit of racing going on here between the Alfa Romeo and the Mercedes. It's very close together and they seem to be scrapping a fair bit. It's not what we need to see under a safety car. We don't want any more crashes. We've already had 3-4 cars drop out under safety car conditions. We don't want any more. As into the final corner they both go. Dipping down into 3rd gear. This is a very interesting little sprint race, if you like, towards the safety car. It's like a challenge to see who can get there first, even though we can't overtake. Oh, he's looking for a move here, DGM. He looks very, very aggressive, pushing Portergrass all the way towards the safety car, hurrying them along as fast as he can. If Portergrass Ace does go wide though, not DGM can overtake. There's a gap in the race system. If Portergrass Ace is looking very slidey, I expect him to be going off here, and just as if that he's nearly hit the wall. He's going to hit a wall here. He's going to hit a wall, which is very, very dangerous and reckless by Portergrass Ace. As we've got Scuba Steve switching around in the safety car. Not sure what's going on here, but we've got cars crawling at 50 mile an hour. As both of the P10 and P11 cars that are battling it out on track are closing up for like a safety car pack. I hope there's no smashing and no collision. down towards the pack we go. Into turn 22. Good job that's a break in the zone, because that could have been a big crash. As the safety car pulls into the pits, I completely missed the restart. My apologies to those watching, as we are on board with the McLaren. Can Kiwi go for the lead against Corks? Disappointing from Wiz Cara there, very disappointing. He was running a very good race, as a lot of cars are out now. There we go. That's a dangerous lap. That's dangerous. As out goes Kiwi. That's very not good. That's not good to see. We don't like seeing that. Out in the lead is Corp Beckett's now with a very, very big lead. We've got 2 laps to go in this race. We have 2 laps remaining. Let's have a little look on board with Scuba Steve as he closes on Churchy. Can we do anything towards the final corner? Scuba Steve going for the move around the outside. And that's bad to see from Churchy as he goes out of the race. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. There was no intent to move over there. That's not what we like to see at all. Just some poor driving. Very poor driving. Cars need to learn when to pull over under the safety car. I imagine there'll be some grid drops next race. This is not good driving to see. Out of the pit exit comes not DGM, as in the lead now. Very big margin. Well, not a very big margin actually. There was a big margin, but this is very much bunched up now between the 2 leaders of the McLaren and the Coach Beckett's Alpine. What can happen here though? Down to 22. Left hand turn, down to 5th gear, but it's just 50 metres back. Shifting up early with the McLaren, not going to put out the name. The race is down towards the final corner, turn 27. Heavy braking zone, 50 metres into 3rd gear. Watch the exit, so of course Beckett has gone wide, he's lost the front wing there. Again, point proven, standard of driving today has just been very subpar. Drivers aren't going to box now, it's 1 lap to go, as DRS is now enabled. Poor to see today, not the type of racing you want to see. We've only got 10 races finishing this race. Photograph bounces off a wall again. Just chases down the Alfa Romeo, not DGM. This is the final lap of the race. Final lap of the race as we jump on board with the McLaren driver now, as Coach Beckett sees the positions to him. And fastly approaching his focus. Can Focus overtake the very damaged Alpine? The Alpine fights back, but with no prevail. I'm pretty sure he'll lose this corner here. Yes, of course he can, because Focus can dance around the inside, unmatched by the car behind. So off goes Scuba Steve again as DGM races through. As we stay on board now with Focus as we go into the last few corners of the final sector now. Round the S's. Behind me have a yellow flag, I imagine Kiwi round. There's just a collision. On board with Focus to go. This is a race win, and he's vastly deserved this. He's fought back and fought back and fought back after a very, very big battle. See what happens here. So against the McLaren with no front wing. McLaren very deep into the corner, trying to defend. Around the outside goes Focus, and this is for the win. This is for the win. Down towards the final, down towards the flag. Focus wins the race. What a comeback, Focus. What a comeback. Climbing multiple positions. 12 positions he's climbed this race. Shout out to Craig as well. Out in Q2, Q1 my apologies. All the way up to P4. Again, another great climb by him. Kiwi missing out, one of the big losers this race. But that's it. The Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. You see a final position change in the last lap. A few more battles into the final corner. Not good driving again. A similar race to last year. It's Kiwi without his front wing gains the P8, or claims the P8 that he lost. And that's the race over. It's not the best race. Not the cleanest race. There's been a lot of collisions, a lot of mistakes there from drivers. Let's hope next week things improve. So Focus is our driver for the day. Driver of the day is Focus. Thank you all for tuning in today.